the earliest known graphical form of the Chinese character Di, resembling burning wood, vividly depicts an ancient sacrificial scene. This imagery signifies the moment when early ancestors elevated the function of fire, from cooking for survival to spiritual communication with heaven and earth through sacrifice, becoming a crucial symbol of the germination of Chinese culture. To this day, every year on the third day of the third lunar month, overseas Chinese from around the world gather in Shenzhen City, Henan Province, China, to hold a grand ceremony collectively honoring the Yellow Emperor, revered as the founder of Chinese civilization. In the legendary era of the five emperors, the Yellow Emperor stands first. His name was Zhuanyuan, born into the Yuxiongxi tribe. Gifted with extraordinary intelligence and physical strength, he eventually became the tribal leader. At that time, conflicts between tribes over territory were frequent due to population growth. The Yuxiongxi tribe, led by the Yellow Emperor, clashed with the Shennongxi tribe, led by the Young Emperor, at the Battle of Bangkwen. The Yellow Emperor emerged victorious. He treated the defeated Yan Emperor and his people with magnanimity, earning their respect and thereby establishing leadership over the Central Plains region. The two major tribes formed an alliance and gradually merged to form the Huixia people, the predecessors of the present-day Han Chinese, the majority ethnic group in China, as well as some minority groups. Today, all 56 ethnic groups in China are collectively referred to as the Huixia nation. The name People's Republic of China derives from this very term, Huixia. The character Hua is homophonous with the word for flower, symbolizing flourishing and prosperity, like a blooming branch. The character Xia represents summer, embodying vibrant vitality and energy. Subsequently, the Chao tribe, rising from the east, posed a challenge to the newly formed Yang-Huang alliance. The Chao tribe was renowned for its ferocity in battle and expertise in crafting metal weapons. Legend has it that during the Battle of Zhuozhulu, Chao used heavy fog to disorient the Yellow Emperor's forces. The Yellow Emperor relied on a south-pointing chariot for direction, invented war drums to boost morale and intimidate the enemy, and utilized the medical skills of Kaibo to treat the wounded, ultimately achieving victory. After the war, some members of the Qiyu tribe integrated into the Yang-Huang alliance, making the composition of the Huixia people more diverse. This battle solidified the Yellow Emperor's status as the paramount ruler, unified the various tribes of the Central Plains, and opened a new chapter for Huixia civilization. The era of the Yellow Emperor was not only marked by military success, but also a golden age of cultural creation. His wife, Li Zu, invented sericulture, the rearing of silkworms and reeling of silk, teaching people weaving and clothing making, thus initiating China's world-renowned silk culture. The Yellow Emperor himself is credited with teaching people how to make boats and carts, greatly enhancing social productivity. Inspired by war drums, he even developed the pentatonic scale, Gong, Shang, Zhu, Zi, Yu, Zi, Yu, Zi, Yu, Zi, Yu, Zi, Yu. Furthermore, dialogues between the Yellow Emperor and his medical official Kibo were later compiled into the Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon, Huangdi Neijing. This work systematically constructed the core theoretical framework of traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, for the first time, including concepts like yin-yang and the five elements, Zangfu organ theory and meridians, qi, blood and body fluids, as well as disease causes and mechanisms, establishing the foundation of TCM. Following the Yellow Emperor, his grandson Zhuangchu succeeded. He implemented a far-reaching reform known as cutting the connection between heaven and earth, 绝地天通. Before this, it was believed that everyone could communicate directly with deities, leading to chaotic sacrificial practices and dispersed religious authority. Zhuangxu appointed his grandson Zhong to exclusively manage celestial affairs, severing the arbitrary communication channels between mortals and gods. This monopolized religious authority, promoted social stratification, and the concentration of royal power. It shows a rudimentary form of an early state. He also governed according to the laws of heaven, established rituals, and standardized ethical relationships between men and women, elders and young, promoting social stability. The third emperor was Emperor Ko, the great-grandson of the Yellow Emperor, and nephew of Zhu and Shu. He placed great importance on astronomical observation, formulating and promulgating a more precise calendar to guide agricultural production. Emperor Ku was known for his high moral character, impartiality, and selflessness, virtues that won him the widespread trust of the people. The fourth emperor, Yao, made his greatest contribution through political innovation. He did not pass the throne to his unworthy son Dangzhu, but instead, after thorough investigation, abdicated in favor of the virtuous Shang. This act embodied the highest political ideal, later revered by Confucius. The world belongs to all. Select the virtuous and capable. The fifth emperor, Shang, a descendant of the Yellow Emperor 8 generations removed, faced the severe challenge of the flooding Yellow River during his reign. He successfully appointed Yu to control the floods. Concurrently, Shang systematically constructed the framework for early state governance, appointed Ji to oversee agriculture, becoming the ancestor of the Xia Dynasty, appointed Zhe to oversee education, becoming the ancestor of the Shang Dynasty, appointed Gao Yao to oversee criminal law, establishing the earliest judicial system. He also regularly toured the four quarters, inspected the performance of feudal laws, clearly defined rewards and punishments, and strengthened central control over the regions. Ultimately, Shang continued the abdication tradition initiated by Yao, passing the throne to the flood control hero Yu, rather than to his own son Shang Jun. Thus, after generations of inheritance, fusion, and creation during the era of the five emperors, the Huaxia civilization had laid a solid foundation in key areas such as agriculture, judiciary, education, administration, and water conservancy. With the completion of this transfer of power, the first hereditary dynasty in Chinese history, the Xia Dynasty, was formally established, marking the entry of Chinese civilization into a new historical stage of state formation.